Everybody's in?
Let's give them just a moment to let everyone get in and have their sound connect, and then we can start.
Okay. My new office is, top of the warehouse. So sometimes it's so noisy. A lot of noise.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Mm.
My neighborhood is in remodelation too. I hope
Okay.
that the sound is gonna don't disturb the presentation.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Kyewan Song, Global Committee Chair for the Long Island Board of Realtors, and it is so great to welcome you to today's webinar as we travel virtually to Venezuela. Venezuela is known for its diverse geography, which include tropical coastal areas and then mountain ranges, lush rainforest, and the vast Amazon basin. Today, we have the pleasure to explore this country's vibrant real estate market with our expert speaker, Pablo Gonzalez. Before we start, a few housekeeping guidelines. Throughout the session, you will be muted. The speakers will not be looking at the chat. However, Evan Smith will be monitoring it. Should you have any questions, please type them in the chat to be addressed later on during the Q&A. We also remind everyone that any conversations about commission is strictly prohibited and will not be discussed in this webinar. Now to introduce our speaker. Mr. Pablo Gonzalez is a director and founding partner for Sir Capital Venture. He received his degree in business administration from the Metropolitan University in Caracas, Venezuela, and has more than 30 years of experience in national and international real estate sector. He is a former president of the National Real Estate Certification Commission, former FIAPSI USA ambassador for Venezuela, and he is a CIPS member for NAL. To begin, please give a warm welcome to Pablo Gonzalez. Go ahead.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Evan. Good morning for everyone. I will try to do my best with my English, okay? If I can lose some of my work, please let me know. And I will start with share my presentation with you. Let me put the share. Okay, you can see the presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, for me, it's an honor to introduce the opportunity that Venezuela has for everyone. But let me put something clear before we start. I will try to explain the opportunity through the capital market. As you know, Venezuela has a lot of political issues right now, and we have a very hostile regulation for foreign investors to acquire real estate in Venezuela for buy self, okay, or for themselves. For that reason, we are designing the way to the capital market to make funds and try to approve or try to take advantage that the Venezuela's opportunity has for everybody. Okay, that is the frame that I will try to explain what's happening in Venezuela, and I hope that is going to be interesting for all of you, because I think, or within Insert Capital Group, that the Venezuela have a lot of opportunity to make great money in the time to come, okay? For us, Venezuela is the unlocking golden potential, and we try to show you what is happening in Venezuela right now. Okay. Venezuela is a very rich country in minerals, as you know. We have the major reserve in oil of the world, but they are underground. We have gold, we have iron, we have diamond, we have a lot of that. We have lithium, we have uranium. We have a very rich country in minerals, and there are and this is the great opportunity that the Venezuela has in the time to come. Okay, the thing is, the government has issues international issues with the U.S. Government since the Trump administration, and we we've been sanctioned with that administration. The one of the most important thing to say as that sanction is related only with the government and some people of the government. The sanction nothing have to do with the private relationship, okay? And that is important, and that is the start point to try to show what's happening in Venezuela. Of course, the sanctions relate a very problem with the risk, the country risk, and the highest rate to see what's happened in the business in Venezuela. But right now, we are thinking and we are develop a way to try to show that the real estate market is an opportunity. For that reason, I would like to make an answer. Why invest in real estate sector in Venezuela? And I can show you that the Venezuelan economy has been recovering, showing sign of stability that poorly correlate with the political risk. That is the main thing that we're thinking is important to show you. Venezuela right now has their own fate in our hands. The Venezuela private sector has become in the motor of the economy and displays the public expenses through the government and through the oil the oil rises price that the government used to make the GPD active. Okay, after the sanctions, Venezuela lost a lot of the capability to explore and produce oil, and we have problem with our GPD. After took the very low point to us, we made a reaction on in the private sector and take on our hat of responsibility to do the things. Right now, the GPD, the private sector produce or put in the or GPD almost the 70% of the GPD, and that is great because, as I told you, is our responsibility to do that thing, and that is the way what we see the Venezuela to come. The potential for recovery to storage levels of our economy suggests a very attractive market for investment. Right now, I will show you some numbers that support this affirmation. But for sure, we are right now at the down and every expectation, and we can show you some plateau who show that this is the main point to make the recovery in our activities in our country. During this, of course, if that is true, like as I will show you, during the expansion and boom phase of an economic cycle, the real estate sector acquires significant returns, and Venezuela seems to be in expansion phase at this time. Everything signs that we saw, and we'll show you to you, and we'll show you, is gonna make the base of that affirmation. But that is one of the most important things too. The average real estate prices in Venezuela over the last 5 years, at least 50% below the average of the last 10 years. This is an open and excellent investment opportunity in the secondary residential that I will show you, commercial and industrial market with up 70% of the call. Okay, that is the opportunity, and I will show you why. Okay, this is the evolution of the real GDP. Sorry, as you know, as you see, the last years or the years since 2020, 2020, 21, almost almost up from 22 is 23 is gonna be increasing. Okay, as you know, I don't know if you know, but last week the Biden administration it made the flexibilization of the sanction in Venezuela, and we expecting that the investment in oil in oil production and exploration is gonna be take an important point or an important addition in our GPD. The recent projection of the in the GPD for 2024 or 2024 is almost close 10%. That is the important thing, and how you can see the oil and this flexibilization is going to be impact positive way in our GDP. We are expecting that the Venezuelan economy has a significant room to grow and reach at least levels in 1999. That is where we're expecting. Of course, it's going to be in the medium term. We think that it's going to be this is going to be takes at least in between 3 to 5 years. But with the flexibilization and cessation of the sanction, product of the situation of Israel or Middle East, we see the future in positive way. Let me show you how the economic growth rates are being in Venezuela for the last 2 years. As you see, we lost almost between 2014 to 2018, 2019, before in pandemic, we lost almost the 75% in our GPD. Okay, for that reason, I told you, or I say that we are in the very lowest point to make the things recovery. Okay, and the sign show us that in 2021 and 2022 we made better performance in our economy. If I see or we see that signs of recovery, we are waiting on, we're expecting better time to Venezuela right now. That slide shows you how the global economic outlook in projections put Venezuela in the world. If you can see, the world has a 2.9% in the projection in the economic outlook global. You know, in developed economies around the world, around 4% of the growth. Latam is almost 1.8%, almost 2%. Of course, that is a projections which made when the year starts. But Venezuela has the most important and significant projection in that growth. We have doubt if the sanctions keeping that maybe it's going to be hard to obtain that number. But right now, we are sure that maybe we get that number or maybe a better performance. And if you compare this number with all of the Latin, the economies of different countries in Latin America, you could see that our performance is going to be positive. some other number that shows you we can when we can support optimist view in the economic in Venezuela is the GPD per capita, that shows that the Venezuelans go down between the years that I told you before, to 2014 to 2019. But to 2020, we made a plateau. We made a stabilization in that decrease curve. We can show you that the situation we can see that it shows signs of recovery, and possibly the 2022 to 2023 we're gonna go up. No in the same numbers that the other countries in Latin America, but with all the possibility to go up and growing for sure. Another important issue to see is what's happening with the inflation rate. In Venezuela, we suffer hyperinflation in the years, the past years. We have inflation close to 3 digits and almost 4 digits in some times. Okay, can you imagine how volatile was our economy? And for the government issues and political, that inflation goes down. Almost we almost keep inflation between 3 digits and 2 digits. Okay, but the sign that it showed that graphic is that we made the stabilization of the inflation, and that is great because it's a good sign that what's happening in the economy. Let me show you how the economy, an outlook of the economic inflation against another countries, against another economy. Our inflation in 2022 was in 3 digits, okay, and right now we are managed almost 2 digits, okay. That is a great issue to show too. But the most important issue to keep optimistic, like I say, is what's happening with the oil prices. As you can see, that slide has the impact when the Ukrainian and Russian war started, and you know how the increase of the oil price was sustainable and strong to up. The thing is, we're expecting that it's gonna be it's gonna happen the same thing right now after what's happened in Israel. And unfortunately, if the conflict in Israel scale, is gonna be hard for the world because the inflation through the oil prices is gonna impact all our activities, all our life. But we have to expect that don't happen. But if it's happened, Venezuela is gonna take advantage about that situation. Okay, that is one of the most significant slides that I have to show you. The behavior of the prices of the real apartment in Caracas show how the average price is going to be down and sustainable with the high increase to the down and the from 2012 to 2014, as I showed you in the another slides. But 2019, 2020 shows how the prices keep in plateau, in a new plateau. Of course, the numbers in 2021 and 2022 show the same comport, the same way, a plateau. But that shows that if we can maintain this plateau for this year, we can see that in the times to come, the price is gonna be up, and we're expecting for that. The great possibility of upward adjustment, we are at historical low, as I can show you. The other thing that if we have the low prices or historical low prices in our market, and the Venezuelans has increased the GPD per capita, we can conclude that the Venezuelans have a recovery in their possibility to make expenses. That shows that it shows in this graphic when the behavior of the rentals in the Venezuelan market. As you see, right now we have seen that the rental prices is gonna be up or started to go up. That is the mix why the capital market has all the has the reason to be in this presentation. The lowest prices at the market and the recovery in the capacity to make expenses for the Venezuelan, who affect the demand of the rents, and the rent is going to be up. That is the mix where that we are trying to show you why Venezuela has a great opportunity in real estate market right now. The same issue is happened with the commercials. The thing in the commercials is gonna show an inflation point and going up, because the increasing of the demand supported by the increasing of the GPD per capita in Venezuela. The business and the ventures and entrepreneurs is impact this market, this market of the commercial, and show the inflation point. Venezuela has everything, as I told you, and I tried to show you, it has everything to be a good investment right now. Why we talk about the stock market? The stock market is, as I told you before, Venezuela have a very strong regulatory for investment for the individual investment to buy or to make business here in Venezuela. But if you make this investment through a fund who manage that fund and look the best opportunity to make this investment, we can see real and great rentals or real rentability, real profitability in this investment. There are various, as I told you, but there are various instruments for channeling investment, foreign and local, and efficient placement to resource in the season. The Venezuela stock market has become the financial channel for different economic sectors. Investing in Venezuelan stock market offer high profitability and moderate level of risk. That, for me, is one of the most important conclusions that I can show you, and for why I told you about the real stock market, stock market to the real estate. We have right now, I will show you a specialized vehicle to promote the foreign investment. This investment route offered to the investor efficient diversification of their portfolio, and investment through the stock market offer important tax benefit in our country. And the stock market has reciprocity deals with another stock market, and maybe we can prove this benefit in taxes in different countries. For that reason, I will show you what's happened right now and what is the vehicle that we think is going to be the best way to promote how to invest in Venezuela. As Kai told before, I'm your founder partner of Ser Capital. Ser Capital is a venture capital vehicle to found in Venezuela. It is a venture capital because our risk rate is very high. In Venezuela, it's impossible to hablar in another concept that is gonna different than venture capital, and that is why I think that if the desire of good rents is in the ambient of in the desire of the investor, Venezuela is one of the best places in the world to make the investment right now. Self capital is a regulated vehicle through the regulation in Venezuela. We have the approval of the National Security Superintendence or Superintendencia Nacional de Valores that guarantees credibility, trust, and security to our investors. That is what is different, because we have the regulated, or we are regulated, and it's different to the private or the person who looking for private funds. You know, the private fund is like the only guarantee is my name. When I'm looking for funds in the stock market, I have to make first the emission and the approval for the government, and if I make this emission in another emission in another country, I have to put the and pass for the regulation of that country too. This is very different, and it's a regulated market. The legal format of a venture capital in real estate allows it to add wide range with the amount of investment opportunity in Venezuela. All that the numbers that I showed you before is what happened in the real estate in Venezuela. And we have a very great real estate infrastructure. We have a lot of beautiful developed. And right now, for the situation in Venezuela, we don't have new inventory at the market. We are recycling our inventory, but we are thinking that the thing is going to change, but the pressure of the private sector right now in the government. The companies, the company's incorporation in a huge number of investors, which contributing to the economic development for the country. That is one of the issue what I'm looking for, and for that reason, I try to show this presentation with the passion and love for my country, and the passion and love for the opportunity that my country has for you. Also seek to participate in international investment projects. We can change the issue if you have some opportunity that you think that is going to be show interest for us. Of course, we are more than willing to see what's happening in your country. This is just for show you that the approval of the competent institution, the regulatory, as I show you, we are referenced by the government authority. What are we looking in venture capital? Our mission is create investment and profitability opportunity while contributing to the economies in Venezuela's development. Your vision is to becoming a regional and global investment fund, opening the Venezuelan doors for investors for all over the world. How we make those investments? We have two ways to do that. Investment as partner and operator, when we evaluate and approve the business model and decide to participate as partners and operators. That is one of the ways to do that, or through the debts. Let me show you how are the cycles, just to help you to understand what I talked to you about, and try to show you something more about the stock market and how it's the stock market issues. If we think in debts paper, we find a business or a project. Okay, we made a securitization we made the papers after the securitization, after to identify what promoter has the promoter or developer have the project. We made the securitization of that, and we made the papers. Cell Capital made the papers and offered those papers through the stock exchange, to find the financing and put the money of in the developer. How is the return of that papers of that the papers? The project is developed, generate profits. The promoter capitalizes the profit, and the promoter pay back to the paper holder. That are these are business with short time during in the market. You know, is a paper whose cycle of life is among 6 months to 1 year. That's it. And of course, we have our interest, very interesting ROI, and we are looking, and we can get that. For us, we have more interest in develop equity. Okay, we are looking for developers. We in Cell Capital, our team made the evaluation and approval of this, and made the emission to make the shares. The shares is put in the capital market and the stock market, and we take the financing to make this project. But as I show, we participate as shareholder in all developer. We are going to finding equity. How is the return of that investment? The project is developed, make profits, increase the value of our shares, and pay dividends. The shareholders could sell their share if they decide in the secondary market and capitalize the return. That is the two cycles that we can make the invitation to make the investment with us. Okay. How's a capital put our contribution in the country? Please, first of all, we are trying to promote the stock market, national and international. And we are looking for retail and wholesale investors to see the real estate opportunity, to invest in national projects with high rates and sustained profitability, and align with international fund and investment with business synergy. What we are offering? We are offering a type B share that represents direct participation in the company. We are selling, or we are promoting our own shares to make reality, to make that I told you before. The capitalization and investment is based of the capital increase, which impact the value of the share and make the payment of dividend through profitability. But all our investment start with a return of 50% annual, which is very interesting, high and important return if we compare this return with other countries. And of course, the liquidity of this investor through the stock market is one of the most important things that we're looking for. That is our strength, innovate model of the market for us, for Venezuela, for our in Venezuela, and for you in other part of the country. We have expertise, we have the expertise, we have everything that we need to do. We incorporate technology last that add value to our proposal, and direct participation in operation, internal management, business with capital invest. We are direct investment. We have the vehicle, we have the stock market, we have the regulation, we have the country, we have the rent, we have the opportunity, and we have Venezuela with the open arm to all of you to look some good trends and make a different and try to create a different reality in our country. That is my proposal. That is my presentation. And right now, I'm in the order of all of you to respond any question that you have.
Thank you so much, Pablo, for that great presentation. As he mentioned, if there are any questions that you have, please enter them into the chat. I'd be more than happy to ask them on your behalf. But I do have a couple of questions that I think maybe some other people are interested in hearing about. So you had mentioned that Venezuela is currently at its lowest in GDP right now. I'm wondering, how is, like, the whole world is possibly feeling some sort of inflation right now, and I'm wondering how Venezuela is feeling, if there is any sort of inflation, since you had mentioned that you're still in the growth phase, and what the current landscape for just regular investment, what you predict is going to be happening in possibly the next 5 years.
Yeah. What I see is that Venezuela is a monoproductor of oil, and the flexibilization of sanctions is going to take place because what's happened right now in the Middle East. If you mix that reality, you can see that the Venezuela have to open their heart to new investor, new actor, new company that yet being work in Venezuela. We have, let me show you some numbers. Right now, daily, we produce close to 800,000 barrels per day of oil, okay? With that, with the impact of the civilization show us that we're gonna up our production to 1.2 million barrel per day for the last, in the next 6 months. Can you see what, why I told you what is going to happen in Venezuela is going to be great? Because of course, we have a lot of oil to sell. We have all of oil to produce. And the world right now, with the Ukrainian issues and the Israeli position, is too close. Is too close to create a very big problem in the production. Maybe not in the production, in the commercialization of the production of the oil. You know, Israel, if Israel increase what is happening over there, and maybe Iran has an impact in that war, the Hormuz Canal is going to be in problems, and almost 12 million barrels going through that canal per day. You know, that is the same. Venezuela has oil to our principal market, that is the United States, only that's 4 days in ship, and we can make because yeah, we already sell it to the East Coast to provide energy to the East Coast in the United States. For that reason, it's hard. The reason that I try to show you why Venezuela have an opportunity, but we have an opportunity.
Sure.
I can let me know you if I respond your question, or you need something else to show you, my friend.
No. I think that was pretty self-explanatory. Earlier in your presentation, you touched upon rentals. Can you buy property in Venezuela? And if so, can you go briefly over the process of it?
Okay. The way that I try to show you is through where I put the asset is through the capital market. For individuals, you can buy in Venezuela, but you're gonna find some resistance through or regulatory or regulations. If you are an foreign investor, you have first of all you have to you need a visa to come to Venezuela. Right now you have you need a visa to come to Venezuela. After that, you have to make a registration in or competent organism. You have to make a registration to with the qualified of the foreign investor, and that is and at that time that you have to spend to make that maybe impact the opportunity, the cost of opportunity of the business. For that reason, we think that if we use the capital market and we can take the financing through our shares and we manage that money buying directly as Venezuelan investor, we have to reduce the time and the opportunity cost that right now is going to be pressure with with I told you what is going to happen with the flexibilization of the sanction. Okay. Other issue important. The share of this capital can be selling in the New York stock market, and that is great because you can see that the regulation of those papers is going to be through the New York stock market or any stock market in the world. We are looking for that right now. We are creating the way to put our paper in Panama, where I made the RDRK, because Panama has a very important issue to make the financial business, but we don't have any problem to put our shares in any part of the world. Okay, that is my recommendation. Of course, if you have a client and they are looking for a specific issue in Venezuela, we could do it like a realtor. We can make that, but the thing is, the time that we need to approve the opportunity cost is going to be high if you try to do that individually than if you try to do that through the fund. Sure. I can answer your question, my friend.
So just a follow-up question about that. So with the investment into Venezuela, is there some sort of investment visa like the EB-5 or something like that, where if you are investing in some sort of project, can you get citizenship or a visa or something like that for Venezuela?
Yes. But right now, we have the opportunity to make through the investor visa. Maybe you can get the citizenship, but I don't know right now if that is the way. With all, I'm trying to tell you the truth. Yeah. Venezuela has opportunity that the Venezuelans have to see first. To make that a foreign investor see that the opportunity is going to be extremely hard, because the thing for the foreign right now is hard for all regulation. That I try to show you. Of course, you can make that. Of course, you can go come to Venezuela. You can put some money. You can get some investor visa, and maybe you can obtain the citizenship. But it's different, like other country that is more than willing to make that kind of situation. Venezuela is going to be hard. It's hard. It's hostile. We have to change that. But when the reality change through the impact in the economy, through the opening of the oil industry. Okay. Right now we have a regime who govern Venezuela with the lefty issues, my friend. Okay, the new lefty issue like Cuba, like Nicaragua, like that kind of country. But also that reality, we can share with you that we have an opportunity, and I see that I can show you that. I can answer the question, my friend.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. This is maybe a loaded question. Nino asked it in the chat. I was trying to figure out a way to ask this. What is the tourism market like in Venezuela, and how is Venezuela trying to, I guess, combat the reputation of the political and economic situation that's going on in Venezuela? Mr. Nino Perdomo actually just included in that question, he's saying right now in the moment, the potential candidates to challenge the current government is officially proclaimed. How do you believe the consequences in the real estate market will be affected? So I guess we're all a little bit curious about just like what's going on with the government and the real estate market.
Okay, first of all, I have to say hello to Nino. Nino is a great friend. A lot of years ago, we shared a convention, we shared a great friendship, and he come to Venezuela. I don't know, close 10 years ago. He's a great guy. He's a good friend. Mejores saludos y gran abrazo y bendiciones para ti, Nino. Gran abrazo y gracias por la pregunta. Okay, let me try to show you. Venezuela have very strong opportunity through the tourists. Okay, we have beaches, we have desert, we have mountains, we have the Salto Angel. I don't know if you know, we have the more important waterfall in the world, the higher one. We have very eclectical and metaphysical places, you know, to come to visit Venezuela. The tourists right now, but Venezuela, through the political reality, close the door to the foreign tourists. Okay, right now our tourists is keeping by the internal the internals or nationals. Okay, with a great demand because they increase the income, you know, and the tourists. But tourists is a great opportunity. What I see, what is going to happen in Venezuela, because the question is dense and profound. I try to show you what's going to happen in Venezuela. My professional activity right now implies to share a lot of with people at the government, and I see right now the government. I see that is in a transition. You know, they realize that if they keep the situation or they keep the political issues that's I show you in the, let me put again this graphic is better. The economic issue is going to be harder than the political issue because the people needs how to live and how to survive. And that is the great pressure that the government has in Venezuela right now. I don't know if Venezuela is going to change or regime because it's hard. It's hard. Right now, the government is going to receive a lot of money through the flexibilization of sanctions, through the petrol, the oil prices, and they're going to have a lot of money. And maybe they can put the money on the people's hands through the subsidiaries issues, you know, and it's going to be hard for the opposition to take the government. But the thing is, the middle class in the government is clear that if they keep the way that they're doing the things, it's going to lose everything. Because the social pressure through the economic issues is gonna explode, and the change is coming. Okay, that is our reality. I don't know if we're gonna change this in the next election next year, as you mentioned. We made an event the last weekend, and we made something different, great, and important, because the people are tired of what is happening with the economical issues in Venezuela. The government knows that, the opposition knows that, and that is the ambient in Venezuela. But if we go in for the political issues, maybe I can show you more risks that I'm gonna try to show you in my presentation, because that's, I told you, of course, that we have a political issues and important political issues in the time to come, but we have two opportunity, and I try to put more intention to show you the opportunity and the disadvantage in the political issue.
Yeah, the media, everyone can argue about how the media can sway, and you are only seeing part of the story. So I do think that it was really important to actually show the other side of Venezuela. Some of the pictures that you showed in the beginning of some of that projects were just amazing. And you think, the media really does sway your opinion on what you think is going on in that part of the world. I think we have time for one more question, unless anyone else asks a question in the chat. Talking about the future again, can you maybe discuss any emerging trends or opportunities that you possibly foresee in the future, where you think maybe the venture capital market is going?
I think that the venture capital is the only way to, in the immediately and very close future, have to make the investment in Venezuela. The capital market, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something to try to show my answer. The United Nations has a fund repressed to help to humanitarian issues in Venezuela, and this fund has repressed because they don't have how to put the money in the economy in transparency, the transparent way, or using the transparent way. For that reason, that fund are representing the United Nations. For that way, it's trying to show you how the stock market found. The stock market is found in transparency, in liability, do the things best. For that reason, I think that in the very short time, and maybe medium time, the way to make or to obtain, to manage, and to increase the financial issues through foreigner in Venezuela is through the stock market. I don't see another thing. And I told after, we don't have regulations, or we don't have friendly regulation for the foreign investment to make the thing directly. The thing that I try to show is, if you have money and you have the know-how through the capital market or the stock market, we make a partnership with a Venezuelan organization, and we can make the deal. If you try to put your money and you know how directly in the Venezuelan economy, maybe you have a problem, and you maybe could lose the opportunity cost.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you. It was a pleasure to have you here today.
Okay, no, it's great to be with you. I'm so grateful that you opened the window to show that a different view, or different point of view of Venezuela. And I'm more than willing, with my arm wide open, to receive or to share anything that you really need to know different. Here are my number, my email, my website, my number. I'm more than willing to respond and to create anything that you need, if you think that the Venezuela have an opportunity for you to invest. Thank you very much, dear Kai. Thank you very much, Eva. It's an honor to me to be with you this morning.
Thank you very much, Pablo. Okay,
All right.
Okay,
thank
bye-bye.
you,
Have a great
everyone.
day, everyone.
Bye-bye.